This computer is giving me the blues, y'all. Listen. I don't know what to do. I'm I'm computer literate, but not all the way. I still got a lot of challenges, especially when it comes to video recording and audio. So I'm gonna have to learn how. I bought this from the TikTok shop, but I had to unplug it because it wasn't. It ain't working right. All up in there. It ain't. Something ain't right. Anyway, y'all, I came on. This is not my normal. I normally don't do nothing on Tuesday, but I want to get the teachers ready for school. You know how we as parents have to get our children ready for school, and like weeks before, you start preparing them to go to bed and preparing them for what's to come. And hey, you're gonna have to get up. Let's get our school clothes ready. Let's get this ready. Let's start bringing some organization back to our life. And so that's what I'm gonna do for y'all teachers. But I'm gonna do it in a different way. I want to bring some organization back to your mind so that you can be prepared for the school year, teachers. And parents, if you don't do that, you need to start doing it. 2 weeks before school start, you need to start reeling them children back in, putting them on a schedule. Just start making them right. Practice right. Get your fingers ready. Write so much a day. Read so much a day. Get your stamina back up so that because you're gonna have to go to school from 8 o'clock all the way to 4 o'clock. That's a long time to be writing and stuff, especially if you haven't practiced. Anyway, that parents, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. But teachers, I want y'all to find the joy of being back in your classroom. Because last year and in years past, teachers are on here talking about, oh my God, I'm tired of teaching. I'm walking out of the classroom. I'm walking out. And I understand teachers. It's to have all of those 30 personalities in one room and trying to reel them in. That's work. It is a lot of mental work. Because some parents, they don't believe in discipline, and you have to take whatever they bring and teach it. And some parents purposely. Well, now, actually, I'm gonna say I don't think no parent actually purposely sends their kid to school untrained. I don't know. I don't know. I'm out on that. I'm sold out on that. I don't know yet. But teachers, I want you to find the joy of being in your classroom again. Step one, leave only with what you came with. Don't take no work home. Work does not leave school and go home. No matter what. Whatever you do. I don't even take my laptop home from school. Work stays at work. Home, spend time with your family, watch your favorite show, stop stressing over school, go back to work tomorrow, try again. Whatever you came with, if it's a lunchbox, go home with your lunchbox. Do not take no papers home. When they do, if the principal say, "Oh, we don't take your email notifications off your phone. Check it when you feel like it." Because that's what I put the email on my phone, but I turn the notifications off. And the only time I see what's going on at school is when I click on that email. If I click it, not sometimes I be in the bed. I'm gonna say, "Oh, let me check my email at school," but only if you want to. And if you do check it and there's something there, you can do it tomorrow and when you get to school. Okay? Step one, keep work at work. I know you seem like you saving the world, and oh, I want to make a change, and I want to do this, and you can do that at work. You don't have to take your work home to be a super rock star teacher. And I was telling at a training that I do for classroom management, a teacher was talking about how some people show these videos of their classroom and their class is doing all of this work and doing it. That's practiced. They have practiced that. I do it with my videos, with my students. Now, sometimes I catch them off guard and record, but most of the time that's practice. Like with my morning makeover, where the kids, when they sit still, as a Jacob student, I will be. Da, 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 da. They have been doing that since kindergarten. I have been doing this same reading with my students, kindergarten, first, second, third. So by the time they get in fifth grade, I can record them. They gonna do it because that we have practiced it. So stop looking at other people's classrooms and say, oh, they doing this, oh, what's the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta? Everybody's, oh, look at them. They students are excited and on the, yeah, they are. But most of the time that has been practiced. You can't teach math by jumping up dancing all the time. You can teach the math first and then do this activity as a part of teaching it. But it has to be practiced. These things that you see are not how classrooms work. Now, you can, what I do, every lesson that I teach, I say, how can I make this fun and exciting? What could I do in that maybe as a test? What could I do to make this? So sometimes, like with spelling, when I used to teach spelling, we would do spelling baseball. We go outside, you know, we doing our spelling baseball and let them spell. And if they spell the word right, they get a hit. If they don't, go to the end of the line. Here we go next. You know, you gotta find ways to make things exciting. And that way, when your principal see you outside in the morning time, you say, oh, well, we doing spelling baseball. This is our spelling time. And so we got however many minutes of spelling, 30 minutes of spelling. This is our spelling. We'll go back in a minute because this is our spelling assessment, blah, 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 blah. With math, right before we go to lunch, I used to have like a 15-minute break. And a lot of teachers go stand in the hallway or, not me. When I had my little break, I said, well, how can I make my math lesson fun? So we had math, I can't remember, math fact, basketball, math fact, something. I can't remember now. But we would play a game, and that was our time. Every time when we walking back to the room before lunch, it's time for math fact, such and such. Y'all ready? But I remember we did used to move our desk. The kids come in and they automatically know right before lunch we gonna move our desk so we can have room to play. And so that's the thing is you gotta make, like, I remember my sister, she started subbing in a fifth grade classroom, and these fifth graders was horrible. And she brought in her PlayStation, and she gave them, the what's the Just Dance. That was when that Just Dance was popular, and I think maybe the Wii. That's what she brought in, and they could play. So you gotta find out what's gonna make it exciting, but still stay on your learning targets. But even while you're doing that, don't you take no work home. So this is your first lesson to prepare you to go back to school, teachers. You got about 2 weeks. Some of you got 3. Well, the people in the north, y'all go to school in September, but y'all probably just got out of school last week. But people in the south, we start school in August. And so when you go back to school, do not take your work home. Do you hear me when I say? All right. Where the spirit of learning is, there is liberty. All right.